I share power, money machine going bird, chillin' pal. He ain't playing, this a blur. Gotta follow the data, ain't no time to air. Watch him speak now, with that Tom Crown flair. Yeah, chairman, he's the captain of the crew. Navigating through the markets, knowing what to do. Federal reserves in control, making moves. Keeping that money flowing so the economy can groove. Share power, making paper every hour. Share power, he got that money power. Data on his side, watch him rise and devour. Yeah, he's the chairman of the board, making moves that empower.
Welcome back, mi familia. It's Friday, boys. Hopefully you guys got some good stuff planned for this weekend. I'm going to try to go tubing again. The weather's finally settled down and summer is becoming beautiful. I love it. Unfortunately, the chart's not quite so much yet. We're going to take a look here at Bitcoin. Kind of seems like everyone's capitulated to expecting just a chill summer. Not a lot going on. Not a lot of price action. That does fit Bitcoin's history. Last stream on Wednesday, we went over in depth kind of this concept. But I want to just rehash. I know a lot of people maybe didn't tune in or missed it. I want to rehash that concept first. I don't have a ton planned. So we're going to look at a bunch of degen charts. We're going to look at some live trades. And where to start? I guess everyone's talking about the presidential debate, and on this channel, we don't get political. Bitcoin is not political. As much as people are going to try to politicize it, it is not. It is indifferent. I tried to watch the debate. I'll give you my honest take. Tried to watch it. I turned it off within 5 minutes. It was brutal to watch. It was just stressful. I thought it would be interesting. It wasn't interesting. My take after watching 5 minutes is, regardless of who won or lost, the real losers are going to be us. Man, can we get someone? Can we get someone who's not a grandpa to run for president? That would be just amazing. I think someone's going to get fired because they scheduled that debate for 9 p.m. These guys are so old. 9 p.m. for them is like 5 in the morning for us. Like that was wild. I don't know. I know a lot of you watched it. I know you have strong opinions. You're welcome to them. That's all I'm going to say. Yikes. Just yikes. Oh yeah, no crypto talk. That's the only reason I even talked about it. No crypto talk at the debate. Really unsurprising. I think as much as I don't want to admit it, and I don't want it to be true, it's just not an important issue for them. Just not on the radar yet. Not enough money. I don't know. Not enough votes behind it. We're here, but they're not catering to us yet. They will. They're coming along. So let me jump into corn. Let me give you the quicker summary of Wednesday's intro. I do recommend you go watch that though. Basically this, we now only have 2 hours, 2 days and 7 hours until our 6-month candle, our half-year candle on Bitcoin closes. There's also a lot more there. Where price is at right now at 60.7, looking pretty strong. Looking to wrap the yearly or half yearly up at the highest point ever. If we zoom in at the exact same time, so we have the 6-month, we also have the 3-month, the quarterly candles. We'll start the second half of the year and we'll begin the third quarter of 2024. Wow, this time has flown. Oh God, age. Age. We'll wrap up the quarterly, which is at this point in pretty good condition. Let me remove this for you right here. We looked at this on Wednesday, the highest quarterly close back in January of 21, I guess Q1 21, at 58.8, a pretty low bar. If we close above that, I'm feeling pretty good about this quarter, even though it has not been super exciting. Let's be real. This quarter closing where it is now, let's just presume, will end up looking a lot like July of 23. This little red bottom wick, top wick candle. And look what happened afterwards into October. Big green candles on the horizon. The 3-month isn't it though. Let's keep going. The 2-month also closes. The main idea of this is I cannot stress enough how important In 2 days and 7 hours, price action will be. And unfortunately, I wouldn't expect much spice maybe intraday today. Maybe when markets close on like at the end of day, few hours here, maybe that's when we see some spice. But I do have very high confidence that over this weekend and maybe at latest Monday, the charts will be very interesting. These setups happen only twice a year, and they almost never fail to keep us entertained or keep us on our toes. So almost done here. 2-month closes in 2 days and 7 hours. 1 month closes in 2 days and 7 hours. So far, this candle, not nice. I don't like it, but we're kind of just painting out a barcode here, trading sideways. I would like to see price at the end of this weekend be slightly higher than May's open. I don't want to deal with a bearish engulf in the monthly, but is what it is. There's bigger time frames closing. On the week, we have a weekly close. This doesn't happen often. You don't often get the weekly and monthly closing at the same time. So let's rehash. Obviously, we'll have daily candles, smaller time frames, but we'll have the weekly close at the start of Monday, the monthly, the 2-month, the 3-month, and the 6-month. Huge candles closing, giant time frames. Where we end up come Monday is going to be very impactful on the chart, no doubt. Oh no, my buttons aren't working. That's okay. Can't get derailed. Why are they not working? Doesn't matter. Can't get derailed now, boys. It's too late. Because my buttons aren't working, I can't send the messages in chat. Could you guys just take a second, hit that like button, share the stream out if you're not subscribed? Throw me a little subscriber. We hit 115,000 subscribers last night. Huge. We hit 100,000 in March, and we are on a warpath, it seems, to 1 million. Someday. I never thought we'd get to 100K, so I never thought we'd get to 1 million. We'll see what happens as time goes. Weekly, monthly, 2-month, 3-month, 6-month. It's going to be spicy. It's going to be so spicy. We might end up going live Sunday night. We'll see. We'll see. Weekly candles still kind of in the same condition here. 3 red candles setting up for the, 3 black soldiers, 3 black crows. Candlestick pattern. For the week, going to be looking for a little bit higher than the month, than the 3-month, the quarterly. Looking for about 61.6. Let's close at May's weekly open. That will show that buyers did step in at this level. They bought the dip, and they are signaling for a higher low here. If we get that close above 61.6, I think early July, we will see at minimum 69.5, something like that, back to the top of this red candle dump. And we'll just basically see what happens there. Going down to the day, not a lot of change. The daily actually looking weirdly or even suspiciously like the monthly candles here. Barcoding to the right. We have some higher closes. Those closes move down. The ultimate in waiting, in chilling. On Wednesday, I did talk about an opportunity to short. If you guys are worried, if you think that this summer is in fact going to be brutal, or even if you're bearish, it's okay. You're allowed to be. I'm not. You're allowed to be. Around the 66,000 level. The real reason here, major moving average crosses. We have our 50, our 100, our 20 up here sitting comfortably, and we do tend to see price go revisit them. If you were watching on this stream like a week ago, before the fall, it was on maybe the 19th. We talked about a short at the 50 daily moving average. We had lost it on Monday or Tuesday. We had lost it, and we're looking for a back test. And that short played out extremely well. Congrats to anyone who took it. You're a Chad. You're a Chad. But really the same logic going on here. And I think you'll have another opportunity. So please trade responsibly. Use leverage responsibly, or not at all. You don't have to use leverage. Spot's fine. And if you do trade, consider signing up with one of the links in the video description below. It helps support the stream. It keeps the lights on, and it costs you nothing. We have a new one down there. Check it out. No KYC. Anyway, think there's an opportunity there. There's likely an opportunity to long down at the 200 daily, which we can see is now creeping up to price. This is untested since, you'll never believe it, roughly summer of last year down here before the big jump. We traded below the 200 for, I want to say, a month or two, kind of shaking out the weak bulls. We may see a repeat of that, but I do believe there'll be an opportunity to long if the 200 is tested. Likely looking to take profit back at like that 66 level. The Marketcipher B green dot is still here. We're still getting a bullish signal on the day from Marketcipher B, but I did a little homework before this stream, and unfortunately, pretty much every time frame lower than the daily does not look great. It would not surprise me even to see maybe a little bit more selling into the end of these big time frame wrap-ups on Monday. Maybe that's suggesting that 200 daily moving average. Could be. Let's close that. Underneath the cloud on the day, an always uncomfortable place to be. Actually, I didn't look at this before the stream. I was throwing myself curveballs so I can see how good I am at this. So this is a little troubling because we've been looking at a lot of similarities between the ETF in January sell-offs and what's going on here. There are similarities. When we go to the Ichimoku cloud on the day, we'll find that we didn't actually spend any time underneath the cloud. There's just a little wick. This is concerning, but kind of the way I'm viewing it is it's just starting to look more like last summer. There's a lot of similarities there. If we look at the RSI on the day, the last time the daily was this oversold was exactly last summer. It's interesting. I'm still studying that. I'm still watching, trying to figure out an edge for you guys as I always try to do. But the more time goes on here, the more it starts to feel and look and appear from a technical point like last summer. Yeah. I can kind of zoom down here for you, but there's not going to be a lot to look at. We've traded exactly sideways, honestly, since Monday. Bounced from our sell-off, and we've just traded sideways. So there's not a lot going on here. Our 12-hour closes, our 6-hour closes, our 4-hour closes. Actually, here's an update. It looks like in this 4-hour candle in the last hour and 15, we have breached the low of yesterday, which from a technical standpoint is something. But that wick now being bought back up shows us maybe it's not that important of a move. In 2 hours and 44 minutes, maybe we'll get some kind of signal. I would say the 4-hour closing below 60.6, 60.7, likely going to reinforce that downside signal. Yeah, nothing here. There's nothing. Looks like it's painting out like a McDonald's arches. I'm loving it, boys. Who's getting a job back at McDonald's? Hopefully you weren't too rude to your supervisor when you left. I am. I'll be reapplying there probably soon, especially if this summer continues. Hourly. Interesting. Hourly kind of doing that same barcode dance, but nothing really spicy there. Not a lot on our oscillators with this muted move, this lower high, this higher low, lower high. This was a higher low, but with these small incremental moves, our oscillators are really just following price. There's not something super spicy to show you here. Maybe I'll go down. Let's go down to like the 1 minute and take a peek here because these could have changed since I did my homework earlier. Boom. It's all lined up here. Maybe some kind of divergence on the 1 minute. Man, that's really scraping for hopium. That's like scraping the bottom of your grinder, trying to get that 𝐒𝐿, that last 𝐒𝐿 hit because you were irresponsible, didn't stock back up. That's kind of what we're looking for here. 5 minutes, still crappy. Go to the 10 minute, maybe looking a little better than it did earlier, but still crappy. I'm not really looking for a short-term position right now. That's what I can say. What do you guys think? That's it. That's the wrap up. I'm done. That was the whole intro. I know. Disappointing. What do you think? Guilty? Hey, Crown, staying awake past 1 a.m. just for me. Anthony, Mitchell, you're the man. Appreciate you. Feel free, though, man, to get some sleep. Feel free. I appreciate you being here. If you do have to run during the live, you can just leave the tab open. That helps out the stream and the algorithm, along with smashing the likes, the subscribes, sharing the stream, putting a message in the chat, voting in the poll. All those things help out what I assume is going to be kind of a sleepy stream Friday. We'll see. Did I trade any options? Not really, actually. I'm not super familiar or comfortable with options. Something I should look into more. Like, I understand them, but I don't feel confident in the way I do with perps, for sure. What's up, Dan? How you doing? When's the next FOMC? July 31st. Chirpow's keeping us edging here. Pushing out that FOMC last day of July, which is really inconvenient for me because I'm moving into a new house on August 1st. But you better believe we're going to do it. We're going to do the FOMC stream. Even if it kills me, I'll be here. Mark it on your calendars right now. New moon around the corner. Is it really already? Have we already gone around the whole cycle of... Has it been 2 weeks? Jeez. Yikes. When is the new moon? You just got me curious, you son of a bee. I'm sitting here like, I want to interact with the chat. And then someone's like, what about the moon? And then my brain's like, what about the moon? Yeah. What was it, right here? We are... we're about a week and a day. A week and a day out. We got some time. The moon letting us down here. Been very on point. The moon phases, I don't like it, but they work. Whatever work means, but like, there's something there. They're letting us down here. Typically, no matter how you look at it, what you see is a reversal. You see a reversal of whatever your local move is. It hit the nose on the dot early June. Price only moved down till the moon phase changed again. And typically we look for at least like a retracement. Nothing. Let us down. It's okay. Maybe next time. Maybe on the next attempt. What can we look at today? It's Professor Beans. She is a hot dog. She's a 40-pound beefy hot dog. I don't know if I told you guys. I know I told you in the Discord. By the way, you should join the Discord. It's the best way to keep with our lives in the community. Lots of free value in there. You can get our VIP section by just signing up with any of the links in the video description below. Exclusive access. But I told you guys in the Discord, but Professor Beans had to go back to the vet. And unfortunately, at the vet, she just had surgery, for those of you not familiar. Professor Beans is our top analyst and best doggo here at the channel. They found, well, while we were there, they wanted to do x-rays because they felt something, I don't know. Did x-rays and they found lumps on her spleen, which is alarming to me because, as you know, she was there for surgery just a month ago, and I believe they took x-rays and they were not there a month ago. And I started freaking out, but the vet said, apparently this is something that can just happen with older dogs. She is 12, so she's an older dog. She's a lady. That might not actually be an issue and they can appear quickly. So I'm really holding on to hope for that, but I have to take her back in 3 weeks again. They're going to do it again and we're going to see what's going on. And if it's related to the cancerous thing they removed, she might have to have her spleen out. This poor dog. Please keep Professor Beans in your prayers. I know she's in your prayers, but keep her in there. I know a lot of people need prayers right now, but I don't know what I'll do. No, I can't even say the words. I can't even like think about it. I'm gonna move on. Move on from it. Hello from rainy Miami. Tony Rosas. What's up, man? How's Miami doing? I don't think I'm gonna make it to Miami this year. My favorite place to be. Go there. I've been going there twice a year for crypto events. Now none of them are there. They've all moved on. I will be in Nashville next month. So hopefully you'll join me there. Have a brew. It's gonna be a good time. Bitcoin Conference 24. You can get tickets using my link. I don't know. They're pretty expensive. Don't feel pressure. Tesla says Dylan. Okay.
If you look the chart, 𝐼CP-SOL looks like a perfect huge falling wedge like a big player since the last year is switching the two outs at predetermined prices.
Look at the SOL. ICP-SOL. You know, I've never looked at ICP-SOL. Let's see. I appreciate the super chat, my man. Hopefully this will just get me moving. Get me moving on the charts. Apparently this is a traded pair on something called BitTrue, which is honestly an exchange name I wouldn't trust. I don't know. Does anyone use BitTrue here? Anybody? Let's see. Let's make this chart ourselves. We don't need BitTrue. Let's go. ICP Tether. We'll divide that. Little mini lesson here for those of you who aren't aware. You can make up your own pairs on TradingView. I know, it's crazy. You can treat the ticker line or the ticker input when you type in like Bitcoin USD. You can treat that like a formula and you can make your own charts. And these charts, you'll find, maybe that's your homework, you'll find that they are weirdly accurate and they work. Like analysis works on them. I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of wild. This is ICP Sol. I assume that's what you meant. If you meant Sol ICP, we just invert it. Falling wedge, you said. Like a perfect falling wedge. Here. Okay, I see what you're saying. I see what you're getting at. I see it. Let's see. Yes, we'll cut it this way. So I always like to use the first point now because what we see and what I see with other analysts is they'll just keep moving this. And so it's like, what's the point of even placing it here if you're just going to move it again, right? So I like to look at it from the first touch. And at this point, it does look to be closing below the falling wedge. But if we move it out, we may be finding support there. Might see a little bounce. I will say that does look like a falling wedge. I would expect that to eventually break to the upside to make some kind of upside gain against Sol. I don't know if now is a great time to kind of look for that. You're definitely going to run into some resistance here from your support at the end of last year into the start of this year. Tested, it held, now you dumped, you closed lower. Now you're at lower lows. Looks like you're going to close lower. Typically, I think what you're getting at is typically this pattern has some kind of probabilistic edge to break out to the upside, to make some kind of retracement from this move. So what we can do is throw our fib on here. The problem is we don't know if this is the low. We could see this continue to sell off next month or even into the end of this month, and then our fib levels are not really gonna be accurate. What I like to do is throw it on a low and see if it lines up with the price action that we've already had, and I will say it does, so I'm gonna keep it here. Boom, right there, 382. Right up here at the 618. I don't know. This is not really looking like it wants to break to the upside there, does it? It looks droopy. It looks like it wants to move down here and maybe make that. But if we see it, break out, I would probably be aiming for that 382, and that would be a 0.2. It would cost 0.2 Solana to buy one ICP. That's what this chart is telling us. If it breaks out and it moves back to this previous support resistance. Kind of the conspiracy behind what you were saying. I don't think it's so much a conspiracy. It's markets. People say markets are manipulated or whatever. They're this or that. I don't know. TA doesn't work. Markets are basically an expression of rational decisions. And I know that's crazy because a lot of you out there are probably panic selling, panic buying. But rational decisions is basically what we see on the chart. And sometimes what is rational, I guess, like in self-interest, is that panicky, is that irrational move. And kind of to extend that out, that's why I think charts work. I think that's why they work. We're not good at visualizing the numbers, like our fib retracements and things. It doesn't really fit in your head, right? But when something makes these moves, let's say back to our golden fib retracement, the 618, we might not know it, but kind of our internal logic is like, oh, I should probably make an action here. Something like that. So the big player last year switching these two alts, predetermined prices, I don't know. I would say, of course, that's possible. I wouldn't know. I don't have any inside information. But I think the more reasonable explanation or the more logical, easy, simple is this is just a logical move, right? This is just people behaving in a logical way. Maybe selling ICP because it's been going down or something, hasn't moved up. People buying Sol because it moved up, something like that. This is a cool chart. I'm glad we looked at it. I have no idea what's going to happen here next. I would assume looking at this chart, this is a monthly chart, it's probably going to keep moving down. That's what I would assume. It can't go to zero, but it can go to many, many, many zeros before the number. I appreciate it, man. Thank you, Crypto Deneb. What's up, Mr. 100? Mr. 100 is here, and he only tips $5. Mr. 100, you're buying billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin. And then you tip $5. I'm just playing with you, man. Your AVAX trade is up. Nice, dude. Nice. I do believe on AVAX, we looked at it recently and I said, you have to hold this price. And if you do, you're looking fine. AVAX held it, 23.72. Well done. Did my analysis help you out with that trade at all? There we go. Hopefully it did. But yeah, it bounced. That's it. I don't want to see AVAX trade below $23, or else I think it's in for a lot more pain, actually. A lot more pain. Okay. I got distracted with the super chats. Let me get back to the live chat because you people are live. 𝐂𝐳82. What's up, my friend? Welcome, 𝐂𝐳. Palabra Day Feed TV official also subscribed. Slim pickings on subscribers today. I wonder, is anyone in this stream for the first time? I wonder if we have like no brand new viewers. Dry Heave wants to look at POPCAT. We could probably look at POPCAT. POPCAT has been making some moves that I saw on my 𝐒𝐴𝐺 app. We can look at it. What's up, Matthew Barnes, Mike Bennett, Pickle, my right-hand man. You're live? You're right. You're live, baby. Stevie RV, what is O4DX? You're holding until it dies. To give you some comfort? Oh, I think you're going to get a little more bounce out of that. Let's see. I would be looking, so like if you're in a position you don't like or you're uncomfortable even though you're up, 32.78, right back to that monthly support. Very likely, especially if AVAX holds this low at 23 into next month, the odds of you seeing 32, very good. Just back to that previous monthly support, test it as resistance and find out what happens next. Sol to BTC has been strong, says Skyward. Has it? Sol BTC. Let me see. Skyward. My guy, good to see you. August could be the bottom. Could be. Oh, you boys always looking for bottoms. You. Yeah, it's not the worst. I wouldn't say. I would say it's strong simply because it did go on a run post 23. Like it did move up. Lots of charts didn't against Bitcoin. So I'll give it that. I will counter the strength comment though with I don't like this very much. I don't like what it's doing. This is a weekly time frame. So this isn't just like a few days or something. This is since the beginning of the year. 002 for Sol against Bitcoin. Starting to look like a neckline. Get right shoulder, head, or left shoulder, right shoulder. I know how a shoulder is. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. There you are. I mean, I like this monthly or weekly candle. Be a great way to finish out this month. Nice bullish engulf. You get a retest of 0026. But I don't love that. I don't love this setup. I don't like specifically what I don't like is how often and how frequently it's tested this support at 002. If Sol loses that support against Bitcoin, could have a lot of downside retracement to do. And if you look at the broader space, that's what a lot of it's doing. I will give it. That month candle is likely better than a lot of others. But if you lose 002, man, that piper, he gets paid and you owe him a lot. There's no support here. And you can even see there was very little, like, there's very little support as it fell. Very one-sided move. And then it painted some efficient price action. And then it did the same thing through that level. To me, what that communicates on this chart is that there is not a lot of support down here. Not a lot. Hopefully it holds 002, moves to all-time highs. Hopefully you guys go to the moon. You know the deal. But, man, if it loses 002, I would be looking at 001, meaning a 50% loss against Bitcoin. That'd be your 618. It would be your major resistance in the bear market before you broke out. It has not been tested as support. 001. Actually, I'm going to add an alert here. And for those of you not familiar with the Bitcoin pairs, what this is saying is right now, if you want to buy one Solana at Dr. Calm, if you want to buy one Solana, it costs 002 Bitcoin, 0.002. Just look at the scale. 002. Yeah, that's all that is. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. What's up, Crypto Coons, my guy? Good to see you. Who else is here? I haven't even shouted people out. Alex Wells is here. Ace of Hearts, my favorite. Keep that P word. Keep that P word in the Discord, my friend. 𝐂𝐴𝐳. 𝐂𝐴𝐳, where's the music? I need music in my life. I'll put on music in a minute. Crypto Crabman, David Brum, commenting on all of the trading videos. I love you, David. What's up, Denver? Dry Heave got you. Fabio's back. Always here. Salute to you. Imad, Akhtar, Joe Coke, Puff, JPPAF. Lena, the beautiful Lena. How you doing, Lena? M. Rio, Matthew Barnes, Moggy Games, a brilliant writer on crownanalysis.com and a wonderful mod in the Discord. Mitch Switch, Numi, Skyward, Spoon, Pickle, Torcrash, Turd Ferguson is here. Will Major, AJ. Not a packed room. What's up, John? Not a packed room today. That's all right. I didn't think it would be. You guys want to know something just random story? I've been having kind of like random stories in my life. KillWhales, the TV show, like the crypto Shark Tank show that Altcoin Daily, Wendy O, I don't know, Mario ran her on. They emailed me last week. They emailed me like on Friday and we're like, hey, we're doing the second season shooting, blah, 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 blah. Like, we would love to have you as a VIP guest there, something. And so I set up a voice call on Google. I talked to the Altcoin boys and Wendy, and they're like, yeah, they're not flying people. So I was like, whatever. At least I'll just make the contact, right? And maybe whatever. So I set it up, and guess what? They ghosted me. Nobody showed up. No one showed up to the voice chat. The day in the email were like, schedule a voice chat. Rude. About 30 minutes after, they emailed me and said, oh, we had technical difficulties. Like, could we reschedule for right now? I was like, what? Like, no, it was Friday. I was like, nah, dude, you were late. You had your shot. I know you're not going to fly me out there anyway. But the story, the better part of this is, had I gone, I would have met Jason Derulo. All I know about him is that he's famous. And when we were younger, that song, Jason Derulo, I don't know. That's it. I wouldn't really care to have met him. Like, I don't know. I don't really care about celebrities or anything, but it would have been a great selfie. So there's my fun story. I brought you the main event fight card story last month, maybe earlier this month, and now the Jason Derulo story. Also at Bitcoin 24 in Nashville next month, I might meet Trump. We'll see. Apparently Trump is going to go. That's the rumor I'm hearing. Last year, if you guys remember at the Bitcoin conference in Miami, I met Kennedy, the guy running now. I met Kennedy. Maybe I'll meet Trump. Maybe it's back-to-back like presidential candidates at the Bitcoin conference. We'll find out. You only get one chance. Well, yeah, let's just say that's true. But the reality was I knew they weren't going to pay to fly me there or pay for a hotel. And so think about this, like as a creator, right? I go out there. Now I'm not here streaming for you guys. I'm not making content. I'm not focusing on my trades, not focusing on the charts, which is fine. You know, I have to take breaks, but I'm paying to go there. And that'll probably be a few $1,000s with flight and stay and food and whatever to promote their content. Right? Kind of crazy. They didn't say Jason Derulo will be there because then I probably still would not have gone, even if they guaranteed me to meet him and take a picture with him. I just don't really care. But yeah, like it's just totally backwards. It's like, no, you pay me to promote your thing. I'm not going to pay to promote. Yeah, it was crazy. Anyway. I hear that they're a little disorganized. Scammers. We're traders. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. You ain't wrong, Crypto 420. Ain't wrong. JASMY chart, Corey. Don't ask them. Poop on you, Matthew. That's a weird request. What's up, Joker's Wild? The Hello token should tell you a story. Pumped up and dumped it on. Oh, they had a token. I mean, here's my existence, guys. If I didn't ever talk or, if I never talked or communicated or had any relationship with any other channel on YouTube that didn't meet our standard, right? I wouldn't have any friends, bro. It'd be like Jason Casper and like Crypto Face. And they are my friends. I love those guys. But you know what I mean? It would be like such a small part of the entire crypto space. And the way I view it is I certainly don't support any bad behavior from other channels. Never would do that. And there is a line. At some point, it's too much. But if I don't make a connection with them, how are we going to steal their viewers? How are we going to get their viewers over here? Maybe they'll find us, maybe not. But like, that's the only way, is if I play nice with them, and a lot of them are nice people, but like, play nice with them, get on their channel, they say good things about me to their audience, they find us, they find good content, then they don't get scammed, they don't get rugged. Bigger picture, I think it's a positive. Again, with boundaries, right? There is a line. There's a line. Like, I'm going to be talking to Sahil or whatever, that guy who keeps doing the celebrity rug coins. Like, yeah, there's a line. I was just kind of mindlessly throwing lines and levels on this hello chart. I don't know. This isn't that bad of a rug. This isn't really a rug. Well, actually, I'm going to hold my, I'm going to hold my tongue, but yeah, what I don't like about this, so like the drop hasn't been super rugged, but like what I think is a little sketch about this chart is, so they started trading at the end of 22. It pretty much only moved up until the start of this year, when it only has moved down, which is a little weird because it should be the opposite. This is what most charts look like. Most charts look like this. For some reason, this is literally just going against the trend. I'm not going to recommend touching this thing. Even if this is it, I don't even know if this is actually the one. Whatever this ticker is, hello. 1.5 cents looks like some support. I'm not going to touch this thing, but I'll put an alert. We'll see what happens. Let me see real quick here. We are going to look through, we're going to do request charts in a minute. I wanted to share, yes, I wanted to share Meta Signals. I wanted to share a trade with you guys that Meta Signals fired off earlier. Meta Signals is, in my opinion, the best at trading market signals. Lots of people try to do this. Nothing is a free money machine, but they are a sponsor of our channel, and they do, from what I've seen, a great job. What I like about this trade is that they're long on Bitcoin. So am I, baby. And I think the logic here is pretty solid. Now, TP2, this is actually supposed to say TP3. TP3 is a little high at 84,000, but I don't think that's actually a bad target if we do see a major reversal at the start of July. It's probably a very conservative upside target that's very likely to be hit if we get a break of our highs. But what I like about this trade right now is the stop loss just below our monthly low at 58 something, 58.1. A daily close. That logic here, that rings for me. If we see a daily close below 58, we have closed below our wick. We've closed below the buying that came in on the sell-off. I think it's solid. We're looking for a 1-to-1, a 3-to-1, and the big target is an 8.5 to 1 risk to reward. We'll follow this up on Monday after the big candle closes on Sunday, and we'll see where we're at. So shout out to Meta Signals. They're a great sponsor. They're a great product. Probably not for new trader, not for someone with a small stack. But if you're a serious trader, I think there's serious value here. Done. Did it. TA for Turbo. You guys always want to look at Turbo. We called the move, and now you want more Turbo. It's all good. It's all good. Hey, boss. Please look at Loom. Please, Loom. Please, Loom. What's up, Envy? Look at Bitcoin dominance monthly chart. What happens if we break the huge triangle? That is a good topic. We can look at that. If you look at Wormhole, it dropped 80% from April's high, close to its bottom. It's not a good sign, though. We can get there. We can get there. Bybit has messed up their inverse future trade menu. What do you mean, Tor? admittedly don't use Bybit anymore. It's not that I, think they're bad or something. I'm not worried about them. I think they're fine. But KYC, and I literally can't trade there. What did they mess up? Let me know. What's up, Glauku Marquise MATIC? Want to look at MATIC? We'll get to MATIC for sure. We'll get to FET for sure as well, Dave. I'll just pull this one up. Did have FET pulled up. Might as well share it here. FET finally hitting that magic number we've been talking about for, I don't know, since March. $1.19, baby, right there at the wick low. This is looking very juicy. Very juicy. Don't exactly love these daily candles that it's painted since that low. I do like the buying response here. Big green candles right off of support. Higher high, higher low, higher high. Basically, for this trade, I think what could be done is the stop could be moved into profit from wherever it is to maybe like at 130. Yeah, 130. Because you have a nice response, a higher high, higher low, higher high. You have to have a higher low to continue the uptrend. From a technical point of view. Is it possible it does this? Yeah, of course. But probability, which is what we trade on. We don't trade on ifs and buts. We trade on what's the probability? What's the higher probability move? The higher probability for this long to really rip is to hold $1.30, to hold that low, then move back up. For those of you over leveraged or overexposed, if you took this trade or a trade like this, maybe 288, maybe as low as 238, 232. Good take profit targets. I think FET looks good. I think it looks good for the time being. You got to hold $1.30. 6-month candle, meh. Nothing too special there. Okay. One more note on FET before we move on. We talked about $1.19 for a long time. And then as we kept looking at it, I said, there's one more value that really calls to me here that I think if it comes, and there's no guarantee, because $1.19 is basically the all-time high for FET until this year. It broke it, moved to a few bucks, $3, $3.50, came back to backtest the previous all-time high as support. And yes, you have this wick, but I've looked into this wick. And this wick it just looks like gibberish. This wick was like $25 on some exchanges. It's not there on some exchanges. So $1.19 I'm going to take as the previous all-time high. Down here, 75 cents to 79 cents. It may not come. We very well may see it just move back to its highs from here. But if 75 cents comes on FET, I will buy some FET. I'm always transparent with you guys. Never lie, never bull, never accept, coins from projects to tell you they're good or something like that. But I think that level, man, if 75 cents comes, that's going to be very, very, very spicy. Extremely spicy. Real quick from Wednesday, Kaspa. We were saying Kaspa looks incredibly strong. It could hit 17.1 cents during the live. I think it happened an hour after the live. Kaspa's still looking good. It's closed a higher daily candle than earlier in the month. It is battling with this resistance, little order block resistance above it. But it would not surprise me to see Kaspa move up to that 20, 25 cent level in July. Even despite the market's weakness, Kaspa's been moving pretty cleanly. Like these higher lows. I like the higher lows, like the retest of the high. I like the lack of selling pressure, it seems. Back to the high. This is setting up very strongly. Who here has Kaspa? Let me know. I have to refresh the chat because it froze. They will become ASI. Yeah, you know what, Dave? I'm sitting here doing this charting on FET. I'm glad you said something. This is all going to be it's like merging with Ocean and something. And by merging, aren't they really just keeping the FET token and then redeeming the other tokens or something like that? There's no like real merge. I think the FET chain continues and the others don't. Something like that. Satoshi, you have a sick mind. Yeah, you do, buddy. You invented Bitcoin. Of course you have a sick mind. Depraved sick mind. Debating on selling half your FET at $2 because of this merge. If it gets there before the merge, absolutely. I would. Any rally into this merge, I would look to take some profit on. If you've taken no profit on FET, zero. Let's say you bought, I don't know, any of this time. If you've taken no profit on it, if it gets, honestly, any rally into the merge, I would look to, you don't have to go all out. You don't have to sell it all, but think about it in maybe portions and pieces. Take something. If you can get your principal out, whatever you invested initially, and still have like a good stack of coins, maybe that's the move. That's what I would do. We don't usually see cryptos run after something like this. Typically, they'll have pumps into it, but we almost never see something like this happen of similarity. Nothing exactly like this, I think, has happened, but something similar. And then it just pump afterwards. It's never happened in my experience. We'll see. I'd look to shave some off. I think that's a good play. It's always good to be taking profits, right? You're learning. Thank you, Pickle. Keep learning. What's up, Stevie RV? What is this O4DX thing? Was it you that asked for it earlier? I think it was you. Let me see. Yeah, that's okay. It's not your only. You've been here before, Stevie. You were asking about Ripple last time. Fair enough. I thought maybe you were just here to show that. BTT MATIC. Yeah, we'll look at MATIC. We'll get to the next portion of this show, which is we're gonna just shotgun charts. I have my LuxAlgo indicators up, signals and overlays, price action concepts. So I want to try this for the first time, going through charts this way. Because that way we can do many. I don't have to spend time drawing the lines. I don't have to like identify things. I have a lot, maybe more concise, clear overview. So what we're going to do, not 6 month, there won't be enough history for anything. I guess we'll start on 3 month for most of them, but also most of them probably won't have that. Let's start her off, boys. MATIC Bitcoin. Let's see what it looks like. Boom. Not good. Not good. Zoom it in. Man, that is not what you want to see. MATIC Bitcoin does look like it's painting a falling wedge. I will give it that. It is painting a falling pattern, and eventually we would look for this to break to the upside. Let's see. We don't really have any down. We don't really have a trend that we can draw. We could connect it with April and say, okay, maybe there, right? That kind of works. I don't think that that's a great way to do it. I don't like that, but some kind of falling wedge. I guess my issue is even with the falling wedge, man, you don't really have support here. This is what I say when I say like the piper, he always gets paid. You got to pay the piper. You just went straight up. You didn't build any support on the way up here. So you look down and you find your 618 right here. This was real resistance. It was very, very briefly kind of tapped the support right before the move up. There's your liquidity. There's not a lot sitting underneath MATIC here. Does that mean that the bottom can't be in and it go up now? Of course it can, but that's just guessing. It's just catching a knife. And sometimes that does work. Sometimes that works. I would hold off, personally, buying MATIC BTC. Personally. Let me see if there's anything on the day. Every time frame. Every time frame. We'll do actually we'll do monthlies because the month is wrapping up. What else? BTT, Lido. I'll look at Lido for Mr. 𝐒𝐻𝐳. Mr. 𝐒𝐻𝐳, invite me to raves. I need music festivals in my life. I know you got the hookups. Lido. Yikes. Let's do it this way. Lido, definitely some support down here, but it's been tested now twice on the week. Let's see. Higher high, higher low technically, lower high. Given that down red signal on Lido. Your supports here have already been tapped. You can see them being filled, right? Big candle. Price comes back, fills it in with a wick, moves up. I guess that's my issue is all of these open candles or fair value gaps to the downside have been filled, and another retest for Lido at like $1.60 looks bad. That would not be good. Each time we test this support, it is weakened, and the next test becomes more probable for it to break. You are holding your lows, so above $1.50 is really all you got. hold above $1.50. Man, got real resistance at like 345, something like that. Don't love it. But I will warn you guys, most of these charts are going to be savage. CRO, sure. CRO USD. Cronos. Let's take a peek. CRO, visibly in different condition from Lido that we just looked at. Trends green. It is above our trend catcher or support band down here. You do find some support below if you see CRO continue to sell off at like 8 cents. 8-ish cents. Below that, you have to go all the way down to like 10. This isn't bad in and of itself. You have higher high, higher low, higher high. This is not bad, this broadening pattern. It really does usually lead to, well, I'd say a higher high, but at minimum, just a retracement, say like 13 cents. All you have to do is hold your low. Hold your low here. And judging by just LuxAlgo here, I would say this is about as low as you want it to see. You don't want to see it move lower. You want to see it hold right here. And then you can start looking for, let's say, 13 cents, maybe 11.5 is like a more close target. But this is looking in better condition than Lido. We just looked at Lido. On the week, you got bull div on your RSI. That's some very intense bull div. Yeah, you really want that low to hold. What I can say there is a position long. Look to stop below these lows right here. Basically just targeting 11.5 or 13 cents. For those of you playing spot, you definitely could look for 16.5 or higher. I'm not sure how well a perp position will hold on there, though. That's going to be potentially a really long hold. POPCAT. All right, POPCAT. POPCAT. Call me POPCAT. That's right. POPCAT 2. God, I hate this crap. POPCAT. Let's go. What exchange? Probably MEXC listed it first, I would guess. April 15th. We're going to have to go down for the day because this doesn't have enough for weeks. More history than I expected. POPCAT making a little pop here. Throw our fib here. All right. LuxAlgo giving that beautiful buy signal at 26 cents, now at 55. You got your high back at 72 or 73 cents. This is your deep retracement, your 786. It's what you're battling with right now here on the day. You can see multiple tests of this resistance, which is a good sign. You've reapproached it. It's a good sign it's weakened and that you'll be able to push through. Trend just changed. Battling here. Let's take a peek. Maybe even have to go down to lower time frames. Damn, this even looks good on lower time frames. You already have bull div on the 4 hour. Your RSI is all at the top. I love that. Money flow on the day high, or on the 4 hour higher high. Yeah. I didn't think I'd be placing any long positions today. Haven't really been placing them lately because it's been a rough time. I think a long could be taken. I think the stop here is a little far. So you might want to play that differently. Stop's a little far, but basically just targeting 73 cents. I think there's money to be made on a long. I'd have to spend more time on the stop. INJ, all right. INJ just for you. By the way, I asked a while ago and I didn't read the chat. I am very guilty of that often. Is anyone here for the first time? Has anyone never seen the Tom Crown channel? You stumbled in here, probably very confused. Is anyone? You just put a message in the live chat. You can just say, this is my first time. I have my crown virginity. Say whatever you want. I'd like to welcome you, but I'm curious. I've been watching the channel's analytics, which I do very closely. And I've noticed that views have stayed pretty good, but new viewers is on like a perfect declining trend line. I'm curious if there's any. Really? Rocky, first time. Really? RBM. Wow. All right. Blue Diesel. What up, guys? Welcome. I don't want to pressure you to subscribe, but I would recommend it. We are the only channel on YouTube that honestly, the only goal here is to help you succeed. I don't chill. I don't accept money from projects to dump on you guys. I don't accept payments in coin projects, period, ever. I'm here for you. I love crypto and I want to spread that passion. And I know the only way to do that, this is 5 years doing this full time, is to help you succeed. Anything else? Not going to work. Not going to work. All right, INJ. But welcome, guys. Welcome in. It's good to see more than zero. Guess we're not shadow banned. All right. INJ. That monthly candle close looks problematic. I'd like to see INJ settle up above 2380. It's currently at 2284. Very doable over the next 2 days. The reason is I do not want to see... Let's turn this off for a tick. I don't want to see this close bearish engulfed. Closing a monthly bearish engulf there, even though you have the higher low, is pretty suggestive of exactly what LuxAlgo is targeting for us anyway. Right down here, your 0.5 to 618. This is your support. This is the last time you had efficient price action that's below you. You have efficient price action above you, but below you, down here. And that's like $5, $8. It's like 8 for the 0.5, 5 for the 618. Both solid places if we do see this sell off. Do I have INJ? If I don't have INJ, I might snag, if it ever goes to $5, I might snag some. There's one thing that I'm noticing as I say this out loud though, and that's right here. I didn't notice this. There could be hope. There could be hope. Classic previous all-time high play. I don't like that they close below. Anyway, classic all-time high play. Basically long at the previous all-time high. I've been noticing the monthly candle closes at all-time high have been playing out better this cycle as entries than just the wick high. Okay, let's see how we can play this. $40. Yeah, you get like a 2.5, 3 to 1 back to $40. I like that. 22% downside, 29% downside. So anything over 2x, you'll get liquidated before that stop. Careful. Actually, here's a better way to play this. Let's do this. So I do like that trade. I'm going to keep this one, but there's a better way to play this. Let me zoom in. Go. Previous all-time high, monthly close, 2160, 2150. Stop just below the lows, just below April's low, 1812. 1812. That gives you a much more favorable risk to reward. Still 17% drawdown. I'm having trouble with words. 17% drawdown, 146% upside. Stop at the low. You can have a much tighter stop. Hell, you could even have it. You could even have your stop June 23rd's low, 19. Little scalp position. For a scalping play, I probably wouldn't target the 50-ish zone though. Probably looking 31, maybe 35. 0.5618. Let's do this. 1. That's almost a 5 to 1 still. That's wild. I like that. All right, there you go. INJ, what's next? What's next? What do we want to look at? I'm taking screenshots of these quick because I won't be able to really get back to these. Won't really be able to get back to these. Throwing them in the VIP Discord rooms, the trading setup rooms, which you can get if you sign up with any of the partners in the description below. Cost you nothing. What's next? Pulling up the chat. We'll look at Turbo. We'll look at Turbo. We'll look at Turbo quick. Can we go higher on total 3? Could look at total 3 then. Let me see. On the day, not looking the greatest, but this is it's going according to plan. This is what we were kind of looking for. Weekly, it's still strong. Month. You got nothing on the month until 0009 for Turbo. I'm just going to pull up our Turbo chart, actually, because there's a lot more on there. Also just flex for the new viewers. That's right. Turbo. We called 1 cent. We called back to the previous all-time high. I'm looking for 5 cents, and that hasn't changed. But this is really retracing. And as it stands, this is a double top. So what we don't want to see is 0034 broken, or else we're likely moving on back to that monthly support. I could see this touching and moving back up, retesting up here, 0067. Everything looks like crap. But like I said, I don't expect anything to not really look like crap until July starts. I think over this weekend, we're going to see intense volatility. Looks like crappy weekly close. Yeah. Is what it is. LFT, Doge, ICP, SUI. SUI is bleeding. Someone asked for SUI last stream, and I was like, bro, that looks terrible. Looks not good. Back below its all-time high monthly close at 97. I think if you're in a bad position with SUI, I know I said this Wednesday or whenever, I think you get a shot to get out of it at 97 cents. Yep. I think you get a shot. The only thing holding on here is you're like 618 is at 72. But guys, I don't see a reason for support here other than the 618. The fib tool is powerful. It's amazing. I use it all the time, but I don't think it's the best kind of standalone tool. It's very much for confluence. 72. I'm not taking this trade. I think it's a crazy trade to do, but hey, sometimes those work out. I do like a stop loss on SUI at 55 cents. What risk to reward do we get here? 1.5. I don't like that, but I can see this trade playing out with maybe like a 50% confidence, which is profitable at a 1.5 risk to reward. Just back to 97. Don't love that chart. Your SUI long's already wrecked. Oh, it was you, Berengar. Berengar crypto, was you. Good luck, my friend. I hope it works out. You never know. Burger, PEPE, yeah. Trunk, LFT, Dogecoin. Yeah, we can look at Doge. I'm always going to favor the big caps over the little crappers. Little crappers have so much more liability. Not liability, but like so much more responsibility, I'll say. Doge has looked better, obviously. It's looked better. But it is, at this point, holding on to last week's low. This would be a fine place, in my opinion, for it to hold into the monthly close. Holding last week's low. This was a resistance, broken, back tested as support. Holding 11 is not bad at all for Doge. I'm still kind of bearish on its BTC pair, but whatever. Not really getting anything with our fibs. Not a lot of confluence. I could see this. I could even see a trade on this. Crap, you know what I didn't do? Hold up. I need to take this screenshot. I got to keep filling that trade room. I forgot over the last few. Oh, no. I sent it in the regular chat. Oh, well, doesn't matter. Join the Discord. Okay. Back to Doge. I can see a trade taken this way. I don't really like this trade, but I like this better than the, let's say, SUI trade that I just placed. I can see this. So 11, it's like 11.7. Stop loss just under 10 cents. What does that bring you? Just under 10. I think you can get 22 back. More conservatively, 16. Really hard to root for a long right now. Yeah, you still get a 2.5. I like that. Back to 16, back to your weekly highs there. Got some bull div painting. Marketcipher B could look worse on it. Doesn't look the best, but month. Yup. I'll move this so I don't fool myself into thinking it already filled, because it did not. There you go. Something like that, right back to our order block LuxAlgo, pointing those out for us beautifully. I don't even have to use my horizontal lines. We might do more analysis like that. For anyone tuning in the first time, this is the first stream where I've done kind of quicker analysis on things. I like it. We get to go take more requests this way. What was that? Sent 𝐼𝐿𝐍, 𝐂𝐈, DOGE. Let's get DOGE in here. Okay. What's next, boys? We're rounding up. We're rounding out the first hour of this stream. What do we want to look at next? ICP? Sure. Oh, my neck is so fucking tight. Why is it so tight? ICP below everything. Not looking good. Not looking great, ICP. I forget what coin we were looking at recently in this stream, and I was talking about multiple tests of support, right? Here's a great example of that live right here, right in front of us. ICP is like $10, we'll call it, something like that. Testing, 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 higher high, testing, 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 lower highs, drop. Be weary of anything testing support. More than once, honestly. We're not even at like our 1618 extension there. If we do the right shoulder, that'll line up, I bet. There it is, right at the 1618, right at where we would expect an inverse, no, not an inverse, a regular head and shoulders to move to. The 1618 extension, that's right here at 815. I don't necessarily like it still. You don't have any real divergence on your daily. Go to the looking to the left to see the historical levels over here. Boom. 734. I don't hate that. I don't hate it. Resistance broken, tested as support. You could have a very strong bounce here from 734. But if you don't bounce here, you nuke. Like, you go to the bottom. Very little below this. Very little. Maybe you get a shot at 5 or like 450, something like that. Very little. I don't like this trade. I'm not taking it. But you could do this. This one. I don't even know where you'd place the stop, though. That's the problem. It's like there's nowhere to place it. Yeah. 4-1. Give it a little more downside. There we go. 3-1. Right back to 11. Right back to that support that was tested. I actually really like the take profit on this trade. It's too sketchy without a solid place for a stop loss. I like the take profit because if you look at how this played out, it didn't back test its support. It tested support like a dozen times, but it didn't come back to test it as resistance right up here. So to see something like this play out, lower high, maybe you go lower than whatever, but like that's not bad. It's just this guy down here. Where do you stop it? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think there's a good place for a stop loss. And remember, for any trade to be successful, you need an entry, a stop, and a take profit. And you need reason for all of them. If you lack one of them, probably shouldn't take the trade. What's next? JASMY. All right, JASMY. I saw JASMY a few times. JASMY. JASMY's still looking good. Still looking real good. There's an easy trade setup here. Easy peasy. This was your high in March. You pulled back. You went higher in June, defying most of the market. Where did you move back to? 2.74 cents. Right there at the high, right there at the resistance before the higher low and the break. Gorgeous. JASMY has just been looking beautiful. Is this fib right? All right, it is right. It would have been even more beautiful if we had a fib level there, like the 0.5, but nothing. Nothing. The reason I like this is the stop very easy. The take profit very easy. The entry could take some thinking. Stop just below your low. That's it. Just below, right here, just below 2.75. This would let me do it. I forgot to put on music. At this point, I feel like it's too late. Sunk cost fallacy. Just playing it back to the high, I think that's very safe. I think you could split this trade up into like 3.3 cents. That's a 10% upside. 4 cents, about a 33% upside, 35. I like that. Remember, all these trades, you can just go back and see them, and because this is live, but it's recorded. But all these live trades and more go into the VIP section in our Discord, which is free, and you can have access to for free today. Tia, please. Tia's looking terrible. What's up, Barbic? How you doing, man? YouTube didn't give you the alert? Yeah, it is what it is. I'm glad you made it here. Can I read you Good Night Moon? Good night, Moon. Good night, stars. Good night, M. Stone. Good night, Lars. This has been a reading by Tom Crown. What's up, Connor? Richard, love you too, brother. ENS. All right. All right. We're just blasting them. Ooh. 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 Every once in a while. Ooh. Ooh. Hello. Hello. Ooh. Every once in a while. This is why I love doing this. This is why I love streaming even. Every once in a while, you guys will just spam out some chart I've not looked at maybe ever. And I'll open it and I'm like, whoa, hello. Hello, little chart lady. This could be one of them. Could be. Let's see. Nice. Where did this bounce? Closed above the 0.5. 618 wick. Bullish engulf last month. You did hit a higher high this month, but not a higher yearly high versus March, which is not so great. But these lower time frames, bro. These lower time frames. I'm liking it. It's almost the opposite of what we just looked at. What chart was that? Oh, I have a little log of them. It's almost the opposite of ICP. I'll show you in a second. So multiple tests of resistance of your high, each time weakening. You could argue this is a left shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. If we invert this, if we invert this chart and get rid of the stuff to the left so we're not distracted, this looks a good amount like this upside down. Remember, multiple tests of support, broken, move lower. Multiple tests of support, broke, move lower, but it's inverted. So that means move higher, baby. I don't hate that. I'm surprised this looks so bullish, actually. Marketcipher B on the week even looks bullish. VWAP's still up. You have a higher high in money flow. Your momentum is up. It's not pinched. This is surprising. On the day, also fabulous. Fabulous. You're testing that high on the day. Higher low, higher low, higher low. Pounding that resistance, eating away, chipping away at it. I like this. We're getting the up or the long signal on Lux. Beautiful. Entry is going to be hard though, because obviously market ordering at $27 when your high is $29 from this month is very FOMO-y. So you might need to depend on some kind of retracement. You know, you do have $25 there. 25 is always solid. I think the best trade would be made from 22.40. That actually doesn't break the low either. I think that'd be the best. 22.40, stop at like 21. You get a 5-to-1 just back to your highs. But this, if the rest of the market was hot right now, I would feel almost 100% sure that ENS would pump. The rest of the market is very cool. If that changes in July, read between the lines. But with the market so cool, it is harder to really consider those bigger moves to the upside. But this chart, man, like I said, this chart isn't showing us that. This chart looks very, very solid. Wow. Let's get upside targets if it does break. Easy. $40. Yeah. I don't own any ENS, by the way. If it hits 22.39, maybe I'll pick up like $100 of it, but like nothing. I'm not going hard into that. I think that's a trade that could be made. I think with like a spot position or low leverage, you could have a more generous stop loss below 18. Just right under there. Targeting that 40, 77% upside. I think both those trades are on the table. I think they're both on the table. Nice. Yes, that's a little surprise, man. I'm going to set alerts. You can see I have no alerts set for this. This is going on my radar. I might even add it to my watch list. We'll find out. What else, boys? We got, I don't know. We got like 10 more minutes. What else should we do? What else are we looking at? PEPE? Yeah, I'll throw up PEPE. The PEPE. You guys love your PEPE. PEPE's still okay. Still okay. Not a lot of change. Not a lot of change. Psychological. 0.00001. Broke it as resistance. Backtesting it as support. You have a higher high. You have a higher low. It does look like it's going to let you enter at 0.001 again, though. Doesn't it? I think it does. Get like 11% downside. Play it to the order block. Boom. 3.6 to 1. I think that's possible. I think that's probable. Money flow faking out. Nice. See that. Going into the VIP section in the Discord. PEPE. I'm going to zoom out on the PEPE though. I don't want to be too zoomed in on the PEPE. Got to zoom out on the PEPE. I would love if it actually backtested this monthly order block, which would be about 20% lower than the previous all-time high. Not really that far off from this month's wick, though. That would be a cleaner entry, 878. But it may not come. Quarterlies or whatever. They're just whatever. Boom. Right here at the 1618. Backtested. Man, that's actually really nice. Kind of forgot about PEPE for a while. Kind of forgot. All-time high, bear market low. You broke your all-time high. So we use our FIB tool to look for our extensions for probable upside targets. Where did that give us? Within margin of error of the exact high in March. Broke the all-time high. Guess you went to psychological, came back to the previous all-time high, moved up to your 1618, hopefully holding early 24's high and moving up to that measured move, completing the chart. That'd be great. Got bear div. Better if you didn't have bear div. Shallow retracement. Not a lot new though. Not a lot of news. Not a lot of new stuff on that chart. We were already like longing from there anyway. I like that. What else? Bring me you're poor, you're weak, you're hungry. Burger. Burger. Oh, this looks like garbage. Wait, there is a coin named Burger that's existed since 21. I would not have believed you. I don't think I've ever heard it. This looks like crap. 33 cents maybe. You have a lower low on the month, lower high. I don't like that. This is a quarterly. Let's go to the month. Bruh. Bruh. Look at that wick. Traded to $1. Psychological level came in. Bam. Blasted back down 51%. Is there hope? I mean, I wouldn't necessarily personally have hope in this coin. It's named Burger. But just to shoot the shit, why not? Maybe there's a long. Maybe. I could see 45 cents. You're not. I wouldn't be looking for up here, though. I want to be looking for big targets. That's why I don't really think this is a good trade. 59. Get a 3 to 1. You can see that. Yeah, this. I would love for this to be a fake out, but like, man, this doesn't look like a fake out. You got left head right. 32 cents probably. We'll see. I can see this happening. The burglar. Burglar. Shiggity shpa. You got banned with your other account for no reason. What do you mean banned? You can't ban. There's no bans on YouTube, Mr. Dooley. There's no bans. The worst thing that can happen to you on a YouTube channel is to be hidden. And when you're hidden, your messages, you just don't see them, but it still shows you sending them. Notcoin, FAC, AAVE. I saw you saying that. I'll do AAVE. You're not crypto. That's the thing. When you're banned from a channel, when you're hidden, you don't really know. You can't really be sure. This doesn't look great. Okay, I like the quarterly. Quarterlies are in play here as we're about to wrap this up. I do like the quarterly. The rest, it wasn't so great, but look at this. Resistance, resistance, resistance. Broken, back tested. Now you're wicking up. Love to see this close above 108 this month. Doesn't have to, but I'd love to see it do that. Like 250 above you. You have a lot of inefficiency, which is maybe a little alarming to me that you have so much inefficient price action and you're only really able to get to 150. You should have gone to 250. Tested 75 twice. I don't want to see that tested again. Here would be my warning sign for AAVE. If it moves up, let's just say to 100, then comes back down to 75, starts bouncing again, it's probably going to nuke. Probably. However, this is only your second test here at 75. This is your major support. If you do make it up, do make it like 129, I'll just be looking for a higher low. Maybe that's 100. And then you could look to break to that 225. I don't feel comfortable placing a long trade here, though. I don't feel comfortable. I don't want 75 to be tested again, and that would be the entry. Wow, look at that. Fibs are magic, dude. That would be the entry, so maybe the entry's missed. Maybe. Look at fibs. Look at this fib. Just threw that fib on. Look at the 1618. 250 should have been tested. It's weird that it wasn't tested. Maybe, because I don't know anything about this coin. Maybe there's some weakness in AAVE. For something, some economic reason, tokenomic reason. If it ever hits 50 again, it's in big trouble. You don't want to see that happen. I'm going to place alerts. Kind of rooting for this one. I don't have any, but I'm kind of rooting for it. I just want to see it hit 250. I don't really know why. YouTube does block accounts, though. It does. Peng, Render, Ondo, Band, FAC, Algo, Brett, Mr. Crown, QNT. QNT looks brutally bad, doesn't it? I don't feel comfortable placing this trade, but I really want to take a screenshot of this, so I'm just going to place it. Any trade can be taken. None of them are financial advice. $60 stop. Yeah, you still get good RR there. The only thing this has going for it is it's only tested its support twice. LuxAlgo on the week, given it that support band below, it seems to be holding. Oof, man. If that lower highs, though, that's looking bad. I actually almost feel comfortable doing this. See what the RR is. 1. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. This one I'll just place because, hell. So close to price, doesn't matter. Here we go. You can see that played in both directions. What is it? Peng? Ugh, Peng. This looks high, lower high. I don't like it. I don't like it. even have like months? No. I need to move my sensitivity back down. I can turn my sensitivity up to play FPSs, and now I like look like a crackhead moving my mouse around, like missing stuff. Ooh, deep retracement. Don't like this one. I do not like green eggs and ham. Do not like them, Sam. I am. I can see Peng doing this at least, maybe back to 36. If it rejects from there, goes back to 20. This chart looks terrible. If it can push through 36, we make a move towards 50. Going to be a little healthier. My issue, and kind of the only thing I can even think about here, is a high, relatively flat bottom, lower high, back to that relatively flat bottom. Anything other than a break of 80 cents is just another lower high and another big old flag to the downside. Flat bottom, descending high pattern. 3. I'm not taking this. You couldn't pay me to take this, which makes no sense. Gibberish sentence. Yeah, like 25 cents. 21. 3 to 1. I can see that. I can see it, but I don't like it. Good luck to you. All right, just one more. What do we got? BTT. Your algo got wrecked. Algo. Not as wrecked as I might have thought, but still kind of wrecked. Yes. Still a little wrecked. You're right. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, break. Did we get a back test of the neckline yet? That could be a signal or an entry to go short. We didn't get it. You could play algo to the downside this way. Like 15-cent entry. Stop is rough though. Maybe just under 16. I think you could take it down under 10 if it does play out. But I like 10. I like the 10 here. 37% upside, 5% downside. It's a good risk to reward, 5.5 to 1. This is ugly. Algo's been ugly though. Here's what I'm looking for. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, break of neckline. Let's see what happens at 15 cents. If algo can close like the month above 15 cents, it can pull itself up by the bootstraps. If it plays the classic inverse head and shoulders, God, I keep saying inverse because I want to be bullish. Plays the classic head and shoulders, 10 cents, man. Like that. We'll see. Poor algo. Breaks my heart to see these coins. Breaks my heart. So BTT. If you have seen one of the charts that you wanted to see today, I did it for you. Make sure you subscribe. That's all I ask. Join the Discord. Subscribe, join the Discord. BitTorrent. So very. Looks kind of like Crow. Move up, high, higher low, higher high. You gotta hold this higher low. And so you can infer there without really any other thought. Might not be the most successful trade in the world, but without any other thought, you can just imply along with a stop below your low. If you break that low, things are looking pretty bad. This could still, same with Crow technically, still could end up playing out just like algo, right? You need that high giggity. So I think I could even do this. Something like that. BTT, man, the trade setup room is on fire today. So many. Render, there we go. I knew I was missing one. Render has seen better days. Seen better days. It's not wrecked. But it's seen better days. Barcoding out just like Bitcoin above its previous all-time high. It's not the end of the world. Do not want to see Render lose 610. Any long, I would be out of it under 610. You don't really have support until all the way back at like 250. Maybe 3. This thing's nuking my throat. I gotta change the coil. Maybe 3. But at the moment, like, this is exactly what Bitcoin did. If you want to look at Bitcoin like this, here's like November. Of course, this is a little different. Now it's just flagging here, right above the previous high. If Bitcoin breaks the upside, I bet Render does too. If Bitcoin breaks the downside, it might be going for 610. Might get a little more dumpy. $5, $3, something like that. Trunk. All right, Core. I don't know what the hell Trunk is, but there you go. Elephant money. What am I looking at? What am I looking at? This has been around since 22. I wouldn't have believed that. Very up since March. Weird. Another one. So we looked at Hello, the coin Hello. Looked at Hello and I said, it's weird. Because Hello actually was more inverse than this. But interesting, Trunk kind of doing something weird here too. Dumping into the rally and now rallying into the dump. 134 is your previous all-time high. Looks like we'll just go with $1. Dollar, gonna be a real serial level to fight here. Does look like it's going back to $1. I would not touch this. This is a weird chart. This just looks like a chart that has either very low liquidity or like the market makers or the creators of the coin are just fully controlling the price. Things don't really organically move against the rest of the market like that. 52. Yeah, maybe you do 52 to $1, but good luck with this. This is strange. Strange. We did it. Notorious Ponzi. There it is. It's a stable. Oh, God. Oh, God. Do not touch this. It's not financial advice. It's life advice. There's your little gravestone. Don't touch it. All right. All right. What about Sol? Sol. You know what? I'll say this. Just pull it up. Got some bull div building. Back tested 125. Break of structure. I don't like how many times it's tested 125. This looks like it's going to bounce again. Looks like it wants to just paint another lower high. It's probably going to come down to where the market moves. Anything underneath this blue trend line is just painting the same crap. The same crappy pattern. Crappy pads. If you lose 125 on Sol, I bet it looks something like this. It's like 170, break down to like 83, back to 125. That's where the real danger is. If this happens and hits 125 and rejects, like, you could just have a rug. Got rug territory. But we're not there. I don't like how many times it's tested 125. I don't want to see it test 125 again. Each time, I'm going to get a little more bearish. There she is, Solana. Bitcoin has not moved at all throughout the entire stream. It's pretty wild. Wow, very low numbers today, but yeah, I kind of figured it would be. We didn't even clickbait. I appreciate you guys that are here, though, on a Friday, hanging out. I forgot. I'm terrible at this. I was going to like show my trades, even though they haven't changed. I wanted to definitely shill my free trading course, guys. There is no paid trading course. It's all free. Lots of great videos on the channel. You should check them out over the weekend. Here's metasignals.io's site. Meant to show that when I was shilling them. And LuxAlgo when I was shilling them. Our sponsors. Sign up with my link and you can get free trials for both of those. They're awesome companies, awesome products. Join the Discord. Remember, we have 2 days and 6 hours. There will be spice. There will be spice. We'll be here. I love you guys. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for tuning in. We're wrapping it up. That's all for today.